Hey guys, so today we have another DIY that I hope you will be interested in. It is a homemade menu board that you can use for your kitchen. So my first priority when doing any DIY is making sure that they are inexpensive. So the board that I chose was basically plywood, and I cut it to 16 inches by 34 inches. I also used stain that I had lying around my house. This specific color is in Jacobean. Sorry if I'm not saying that right. And then in order to apply the stain, I used an old t-shirt that I had lying around the house. So once again, my first priority for all DIYs is making sure that they're inexpensive by using materials that aren't expensive along with materials that I also have lying around my home. And as you will see here, I'm just applying the stain in an even coat. I knew I wanted this sign to be on the darker side, so immediately after my first coat of stain, even before it dried, I applied a second coat. Here I am a day later after the board had dried, applying a third and final coat, and it reached the perfect color that I was looking for. Please keep in mind that when staining wood, different types of wood will create different tones within the same stain. So for example, I learned that a hard way when I was staining a coffee table is it picked up very warm orangey tones underneath the stain versus this seemed to stay very neutral. Here's the final look of what the stain looks like after 3 coats. After another day of drying, I chose the chalked matte clear coat to use as a protective layer on top. And I applied the top coat just using any old paintbrush that I had lying around my garage. It doesn't have to be anything expensive for the paintbrush because if anything, it will add to the rustic farmhouse look. So then I went into my Cameo Silhouette 3 program in order to create the vinyl needed for the menu title and the days of the week. I'm typing in the words, resizing, and making sure to change the font to the style of Asking Mind, which is a free download that I found on the Silhouette website. If you're familiar with the Silhouette programming, please make sure to weld each word after creating it. What the welding does is combine the vinyl or the cut so that it's not cutting out each letter rather than it is actually cutting out the entire word. So I'm just going to keep going through, adding each word and making sure that the sizing is roughly about a 3 by 5. I didn't have enough room to include the word Saturday, so in a new and separate document, I did quickly go in and put that in there. So now I'm going in with 3 by 5 note cards to kind of get an idea for spacing. The note cards on the left are where I will put the days of the week, and the note cards on the right I will actually be using in order to write the dinners for each day. Then I begin working on the title to put on top of the board. I'm also using transfer tape in order to pick up the vinyl for the title and then to lay it down on the wood board. And yes, I am sitting on my wood floor in order to do this. I'm not really someone who works at a desk. I like to sit on the floor and do all my projects. I found these nails laying around in my garage. All they are the thinnest, tiniest little nails. I think they're labeled wire nails. I think they're just used in order to hang up pictures and frames and stuff like that. So once again, just trying not to use any more money, but still being able to create a really cute DIY. I got the little clips that I'm using to hang the 3x5 note cards off of Amazon. I will link those down below. I measured to make sure that the nail was above the center of each note card and that each note card was about an inch apart. I then made sure that the note cards on the other side of the board were the same distance from the edge. Next, I'm working on the days of the week on the left side of the board. So I'm weeding away the extra material. I'm using the transfer tape in order to get the days of the week onto the board and so on. Halfway through this DIY, I did realize that I included the S on Tuesday and the R on Thursday, which kind of offset it a little bit, but it didn't bother me too much, so I just kept it. Now I'm going back in and doing the same steps over again, but now working on the bottom half of the week or the bottom half of the board. So then I hung each clip on the nail and clipped in the 3x5 note cards. So here is the final look of the menu board hanging up in my kitchen. I really liked the way it turned out. If this is a DIY that you enjoyed, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so I know to make more videos like these. And like all my videos, I will see you again next time.